Hey guys, Balkan Architect here, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be talking to you about scope boxes in Revit. Now this is just an amazing tool that can help you organize when you're working in Revit, especially when you're working in large floor plan projects. It just makes the whole workflow a lot more simple and a lot easier to navigate, and hopefully makes everything a lot quicker. But before I get started, I would just like to ask you to like this tutorial. It helps me out a lot, and if you haven't already, I suggest you subscribe because I make videos like this every day. Okay, so let's get started. Here I am in Revit, and I'm just going to be using this technical school sample project that comes with pretty much any version of Revit that you download, and I'm working in Revit 2019 at the moment. So I'm just going to go into 3D, and this is kind of the building we have. And we have this we can split this building in three parts. We can say this is one part over here, this is another part in the middle, and then we have this long part over here. And when you're working in a large project like this, maybe you're working with someone else and you want to kind of split everything around to make the workflow easier. So if I go here on the entry level, or maybe entry level with furniture, yeah, you can see maybe I can agree with some colleagues that one of us will be working on this part, the other will be working on this essential part, and the third colleague will be working on this part. And scope boxes can help you organize these three different sections. Or maybe even you're doing a building that has three different characters, so you want to kind of have this separate to show your client as a different portion. So how do you use these scope boxes to make everything a lot easier for you? Well, you go here to View, and here you just search for scope box, and here it is. So scope box, you click on it, and then you just encompass with this the part of building that you want to separate. So let's separate this part, and here you can actually name your scope box. So I'm just going to call this scope box maybe wing A of the building. Then I'm going to go to View, Scope Box again. Now I like to overlap my scope boxes, so I don't have any areas in between that are missing. So I'm just going to overlay them over here like so. So this will be the middle part, and make sure you encompass the whole this whole portion over here, the lounge. So I'm just going to go like that. And I've noticed over here I have this kind of an exterior overhead canopy. I want to include that as well. So I'm just going to extend this a little bit over here to include that canopy. And let's do the final one. And before I do that, let's just rename this into wing B. And let's just do the last one, so scope box. And again, I'm just going to kind of encompass a bit more of this part and end up over here. And let's call this wing, yeah, you guessed it, wing C. Okay, so once I have this all kind of selected or encompassed, or basically I've created all the scope boxes, now you're probably thinking, well, what the hell am I going to do with these? Well, you need to create now new floor plans, and you can go here on your entry level floor plan, right click, and when you open up a duplicate view, you have duplicate as dependent, and this is the one you want to use because it kind of creates, as you can see here, a dependent floor plan, and this basically allows you to kind of store everything and make the whole navigation a bit easier. So you have your entry level floor plan, and then you open up and you'll have the drop menu of 3 more floor plans. So you just do that 3 more times. So duplicate as dependent, and 1 more time duplicate as dependent, and now you have 3 floor plans for these 3 wing sections. So let's go to the first one. And here I'm in the properties panel. I'm just going to scroll down a bit till I find scope box. So here I have scope box, and here you can see it's selected none. And if I open up this drop menu, I can select wing A, apply, and now you can see it kind of selected just the wing A. And now I can go here and rename this into entry level wing A. Then I can go to the second one, again go here, wing B, apply, rename, and yeah, this is going to be wing B, Okay, and let's do the third one. Rename wing C. Okay, and let's just do this. Wing C, apply, okay. And now you have these three separate floor plans. And as you can see, this section kind of looks a bit weird like this if I select it, if I can manage to find it. And now I can just select this part over here, this little kind of blue dot, and pull it in so it looks proportionate to the new floor plan. And do that to pretty much everything. Here we can kind of pull it in a bit, here as well, and do the same thing for wing A. And don't worry, if we go into entry level, it will stay the same, so this is kind of a view specific changes to the section line. So here we have the whole portion, the whole thing, the whole floor plan, and then we have these dependent views that we can just hit this plus sign, open it up, and then go from wing A to wing B to wing C, and then have these separate floor plans as well. So you can maybe place on one sheet this in some smaller scale, let's say 1 to 200, and then you can have all of these at 1 to 100. Okay, so once we've done all of this, this is great for graphics, but let's do some 3D views as well. So here, if I go into 3D, right click, duplicate, and let's right click, rename. Let's rename it to wing A. And you can see it doesn't allow me to keep these lines. For some reason, only Revit can use these 3D lines, but we can't, so just name it like that. Now duplicate this, rename wing B, duplicate and rename to wing C. Okay, let's go to wing A, and now you scroll down here, and just as you had your kind of a section box, you have your scope box. And if you open up this drop menu and go wing A, apply, you can see now it kind of cropped everything out, and you only have your building over here. So I can do the same thing for wing B. Open the drop menu, go wing B, apply, there you go, and wing C as well. Open the drop menu, wing C, apply, there you go. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this project. I hope this makes your workflow a lot faster. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share this video, and if you have any questions, comments or suggestions for future tutorials, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.